Nigeria's government on Wednesday said that the Nigerian 60th independence anniversary celebration will be observed for a whole year, ending on the 30th of September 2021. This came as President Muhammadu Buhari unveiled the logo and the theme for the 60th independence anniversary celebration. President Muhammadu Buhari said that the anniversary celebration will be held low-key this year, attributing the development to the scourge of the novel coronavirus pandemic. Now, joining us to talk on the plan to celebrate Nigeria's 60th independence anniversary for a year and the way forward is NYA ETOK Ezekiel, the Director General, Nigeria First Project and Chairman, One Foundation. We want to say welcome to Newsday, and we would like to start you off on it. The President has unveiled the logo and sporting a diamond inspiration and talking about unity. What's your perspective about the logo and the symbolism of it as Nigeria celebrates its 60th anniversary in October?
Well, the very first, thanks for having me on Arise TV. I've always loved your station. And the first thing is to be grateful to God that we are alive, so to speak, up to the age of 60. And in civil service, it should actually be an age of retirement. So celebrating this age, I think, is something that is apropos, is good, is proper. But in terms of the logo that you asked me about, I happen to be an architect, and there are certain symbolisms that are difficult to understand. Circle is endless, no beginning, no end. Nigeria actually does have a beginning, but we are hoping that it will be endless. And then you now talk in terms of design. There's virtue in simplicity. That's what some of us believe in the school of thought in design. And the logo is supposed to convey certain, imagery, pictures, statements. And I think it's a little bit on the very, very, very loud side. There are so many things within the diamond. And then when you come into the object, the diamond, incidentally, diamond is every lady's best friend within that context, yes. But in Nigeria, we're not known for diamond. We're known for oil. So maybe, I don't know the statement they are trying to put out, but definitely I think that the logo could have been simpler. And when you talk in terms of unity or, when you have something, you either introspect or retrospect, And right now, what are we talking about from the logo? What story? Is it telling us about our past? I can't seem to place it. Is it telling us about our future? If the young people looked at it, they would have been happy to see something that has to do like technology, is like the way of the future. And then they can relate to it. The millennials, I think a lot of the ladies will say, ooh, coming to our side is good. But for me, I think maybe, let me thank God it's there, but I tend to think that we could have had something simpler and something more symbolic, but like the Americans will say, we're here, we're here.
All right. We're here, and no matter which way you go, someone will have something to say about something. All right, let's talk specifically about the economy. We're one of the leading oil producers in the world. We cannot refine our own oil, rather we import refined products, which of course means that when there is an upheaval in the international market of oil, we suffer. Why has something so seemingly advantageous been so mismanaged that we're where we are today? And then how do we get around this seemingly intractable challenge? Solutions I'm talking about.
I'll tell you. Number one is that you can't carry an engineer and put him in the cockpit. No, you can't. There's a certain mindset that we need to understand. Politics and governance run on two extremely, unfortunately, parallel lanes, okay? And politics is like the mechanic that fixes the car. You get dirty, you get your hands dirty, you go under the car, you panel beat this, you do that, and everything. A mechanic can actually be a driver. But what usually happens is that when he finishes fixing the car with the oil and everything, he goes to change, to clean up and get in, because the protocols of a driver is that of somebody who is very level-headed, somebody who is very clean, somebody, the environment, the protocols are completely different. But in Nigeria, we reward the mechanic for the hard job with the responsibility of driving. As a result, what we have is a mechanic who just, the car is dirty to start with, and he's just reckless, he's just panel beating, and cars don't operate on that protocol. What am I trying to say? The mechanic should be rewarded for fixing the car. There should be monetary investment. So politics is a game of interest. Politicians should be rewarded handsomely for undertaking the politicking process. But governance operates on certain global dynamics, certain global principles, things that are, you may call, statutes of general application. You talk in terms of excellence, you talk in terms of vision, you talk in terms of focus, these are the things that you cannot do. They are imperatives for good governance. But we don't know that. If you come to, if you are cerebral, and you go in, you want to be given an appointment, you realize they say, oh God, this one too sabi. As if we can carry a pilot or engineer and put in a cockpit. If I went to Ibom Air to board, for instance, and discovered that my local government chairman was there, I wouldn't board it.
I hope we're discussing the same thing, because I'm listening to you, but I hope we're discussing the same thing. I'm talking about the oil and how that the international community coughs. There's no upheaval, they cough, we get a cold, and how we haven't been able to manage that to a point where we can refine our own products and then sell it abroad.
It's because we are having mechanics on the driving seat and not drivers. That's why we can't do it. Number one, does it take rocket science for you to know how to fix the refinery? It doesn't. It's a man who understands that this is governance and not politics. There is too much politics in governance, and politics and governance run on two parallel lines. That's why we're on the same thing. We're discussing the same thing. Mm-hmm. But you see, I can give you all those jargons that we talk about, but we want solution. Yeah. And the solution is that until a man who understands government and governance is on the driving seat, is going to continue to be like a mechanic being given the driver's job as a reward for fixing the car.
Thank you, Mr. Ezekiel. Let me come in here to ask you, we're about to round up this conversation. Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world at 60. What does this tell us?
It tells us that there are mechanics driving the nation called Nigeria. And I think, let me end on this note, the time has come when we that call ourselves professionals, we that call ourselves enlightened people, the elite, must realize that it is nonsensical for you to have two eyes and board a vehicle that is being manned by a partially impaired. Let us come into politics. Let us come into the governance of this country. Let us come into the driver's seat. At least be as close as possible to the driver. Let's leave the issue of politics being dirty game. That's why I like the effort of the men and women of conscience coming together under the umbrella of the National Consultative Front to say, look, let's bring cerebral governance into this nation. We have some of the most intelligent people, the most competent people. Go anywhere in the world, at the top of any institution, you will find in Nigeria. Let's bring it back and manage our economy.
I want to say many thanks to you, Architect NYA ETOK Ezekiel, the DG of the Nigeria First Project and the chairman of A1 Foundation, for your time as we Nigerians brace up for Nigeria at 60. Do have yourself a lovely day, and thank you for your time here on Newsday.